There's a joke going around among Chinese on social media. The joke is the United States government is worried that if Chinese come, they'll steal intellectual property. If the Chinese don't come, there won't be any intellectual property being created here worth stealing. That's the joke. If we believe that every Chinese student, or that almost all Chinese students in STEM fields, in fact, are spies or lawbreakers, well, then of course we should keep them all out. Uh, but it's highly unlikely, just on the face of it, that they are all or almost all spies. All these people now, if they have a grant, if they work in a scientific field, they're fearful because they're leading public officials that openly declare that we have to be fearful, suspicious of every single person of Chinese descent who wants to come to the United States to study science, that we should exclude all of them. All of this harms the American national interest, totally separate from how it affects Chinese Americans. The United States, its great strength, especially with rising ethnic nationalism globally, has been its openness, that it has welcomed people. Now, so many talented people of Chinese descent are thinking, why would I go there? I'll just stay where I am in Shenzhen, or I'll consider Canada or Europe. That does not help America. As an American, I am all for appropriate law enforcement. And it is possible to have effective law enforcement without engaging in racial profiling. It's possible to have more compliance training, a reduction of expressly racial rhetoric, and investigations that are based on conduct and other flags that would suggest that someone is violating American laws without using race and ethnicity as the factor that determines whether to look at someone. We live in a moment that's fraught. It feels as if there's a reckoning upon us. There's a global pandemic. There are civil rights protests all throughout the nation, long overdue, joined by so many. Regrettably, on both sides of the Pacific, there has been an increase in anger, and it just keeps going up and up and up. The irony is, historically, among the best bridge builders are those individuals who are bicultural. You know, I am an agent of foreign influence, but in the other direction, I have a couple of times gone to China and taught American law, ethics in English. So I've tried to promote American values in China. And that idea was once at the heart of engagement. Well, that's what the National Committee is all about. The idea that if we train people who are bilingual, bicultural, who are as comfortable in Beijing as Washington, uh, New York City as Shanghai, that through these relationships, through this understanding, through engagement, by coming into contact with one another, we will make things better, not worse. There's now an express rejection of engagement and the rapid promotion of disengagement, which probably is not going to serve humanity. When you think about what's on everyone's minds, the pandemic, it's not as if there's going to be one cure for Chinese people and another cure for American people. It's likely that there will be multiple cures that could be developed in a cooperative fashion. But even on issues such as fighting the pandemic, there's a ratcheting upward of global tension, especially between the United States and China. With every policy at every turn, there's always the option. Increase the anger, the rhetoric that dares the other side to match the same intensity, or try to decrease all of those negative feelings and sit down and say, look, we should, we must work this out.